Welcome to Impact Masters Podcast in collaboration with Africa's Talking Retold Podcast, where every conversation sparks new insights. Join us as we delve into the stories of extraordinary individuals who are shaping our world, movers and shakers in tech, policymakers, entrepreneurs, entertainers, and all those whose stories are worth telling. Get ready to be inspired, challenged, and transformed. Welcome, and let's embark on this journey of discovery together. Impact Masters Podcast. You can check us out on all social media platforms. You can also find us across all podcast channels. Simply search for Impact Masters, then subscribe, follow, and share. www.impactmasters.io. Here's your host, Michael Kamathi.
It used to be called the Africa Room. So we got into the Africa Room. So Bill had then walked in. She had just come from the salon. And I had them cracking a joke. Hey, you see, even Bill had to go to the salon to prepare for your interview. Of course, it was on a light note. So Bill was CEO, Chief Commercial Officer then. And Gikandi was CEO. Tony was CEO, doubled up as a CFO and COO.
Okay.
So I was going to, because I had already met Tony. So I was now going to meet Sam and Bilha. So we got just the two of us. And they said, oh, let's go and have a chat. That's how they called it. And Mimi, I'm here prepared.
With all your papers.
With all the sections on the Companies Act, on everything. But surprisingly...
Did you carry the briefcase that the lawyers carry around?
I think that day I did not carry it.
Okay.
But I may have had some papers. But let me tell you, have you seen humility personified? Bilha and Sam, in that interview room, I could tell that I knew that these were highly accomplished people. Ivy League, people who have worked for big organizations, people who have now started a company like this that has grown this far. And you could tell they respect you, even as you engage with them. And there was a breath of fresh air. And it was not an interview per se. It was actually what they said. It was a conversation. So they needed to know who I am, what I have been doing, have I known about Africa is Talking, how can I come and help? Because they told me that they were in the middle of a fundraising exercise. And they really needed to start a legal department because within the organization, they had a lot of paperwork that needed to be reviewed.
Yeah.
They had partner agreements, contracts. And now the investors had come. There was a lot of documentation that needed to be reviewed.
Yes.
And everybody actually in the office was a lawyer. I remember talking to Wiza and Grace Nje here. And it looks like they were, quote unquote, the resident lawyers because they are the ones who used to review a lot of...
And write all those agreements on the fly.
Yeah. And so the real need these people had was, are you able to show up? Are you able to come and join us? And,
Because here working is not 8 to 5.
Yes.
Is when you are at the right structure of mind. That's when you do the work.
At the right frame of mind. And and there's something that was very profound that Sam said. And he kept saying it after. That the desire is for people who work at Africa is Talking to be decent human beings. All right? To treat each other with dignity and respect. The same way you would want to be treated somewhere else.
Absolutely.
And I loved the philosophy. I had...
That's what sold you out.
Yeah, I loved it. The fact that you could, I could see it was an open space. People are in the office. It's an open space. In fact, if you walked randomly into AT and you were told, okay, pick who is the CEO. In fact, that day, someone would have picked me because I was overdressed.
You looked more decent than anyone else in that office.
I looked the part. So you'd say I was the boss. So, but if you randomly, even today,
yes.
If you run, unless you know the team,
yes.
If you're put in Africa is Talking today and you're told, okay, tell
pick
me
who is who.
Pick who is in leadership and who is the boss.
Yes, you never.
You can't because genuinely you cannot because there was that aspect of being treated equally and treated with respect. You are playing the same football table. There was no special cup for the CEO. There was no special spoon for the CEO. Everybody, you pick one, and there was no, the CEO is going to eat first. No? It was
open.
And there's a word that he kind of kept saying, we are scrappy, we are bootstrapping. Yeah, we just want to, we are trying this and that.
Yes.
So that was how I came. But now I had second thoughts. I like the place, but might these guys afford the salary?
They look broke.
Now, these guys, I don't know, I'm not sure. When I look at the bank, the bank is very stable. I know I have.
The money is flowing.
Money is flowing always. There are structures.
There are bonuses.
I had never been ahead of legal. In fact, in my team, I was the junior most at Stanbic.
Yes.
Because despite having been given promotions, I was still the junior most in my team. Because remember, there was a top boss who was a company secretary. And then there was the legal manager who reported into the company secretary. And then there was a legal officer who reported into the legal manager. And so, as a legal assistant, I quote unquote reported into not the legal officer, the legal manager, but through the legal officer. So I was basically
the junior most.
I was the junior most. And even in the legal department as well, I was the junior most.
Yes.
I was just a legal assistant. So before I became a legal officer. So I looked at this was going to be a very big mountain. These guys are telling me to come and start a legal department.
Yes.
How do people start legal departments?
Did you consult your guys there, or how did they go?
I had never started a legal department. So I spoke to my head of legal.
Yes.
Eliudogutu. And also talked to Otonglo. You remember I mentioned Otonglo quite a bit. I think I may have spoken to Kanyarati, I can't remember. But I asked. But I remember Eliud really breaking it down. How do you start a legal department? What does it entail? And surprisingly, they were happy for me. Oh, you might be getting an opportunity. But what I did not want to tell them is I'm not sure if these guys can pay. I'm not sure.
You guys did not discuss anything to do with the payment?
We discussed.
But they said there's no problem. You just come and help us.
You just come. You see...
and it's most interviews sometimes take months.
Yes.
It was just a chat conversation and they're like, you're good.
And they asked me, when are you available to start?
Even if it's tomorrow, please join us.
Because they said there's a lot of work to be done. So I weighed my options. I felt like maybe I needed to move. And honestly, I was at that stage of my career where, because I had been with Stanbic for a while, I had learned a lot. And maybe I may have wanted now to move. Because I remember during that time when I was at Stanbic, I had been applying for a lot of other jobs.
Yeah.
Just for,
and also you got your master's, so you feel like you need to grow.
So you feel you want to grow. I remember I applied for so many jobs at that time. And I think I felt like Tony gave me a lot of confidence because Tony was the first person I had met. And Tony explained to me what the company is about. And of course, you could tell, Tony is a serious character. He's not a guy who would be joking. And also speaking to these guys and now also hearing that they were actually fundraising. And it was even in the newspapers. So they had gotten, it was reported that they had gotten money. The money had not yet come.
Yes.
But they had actually gotten to that point where it was known for sure that investors are going to be coming. So money was going to come. So I made my decision and said, okay, I'm going to give my notice at the bank. Ordinarily, we give 1 month notice.
Yes.
But then I told the team, March is usually bonus at the bank. So, and if
which month was it?
This was maybe January. This may have been February.
Yes.
I told them, January or February, I told them, please allow me to collect my bonus first.
So you told the AT team that...
Yes. I told them, I'm available. But if I resign now, I may miss out on my bonus.
Yes.
That comes out in March of every year.
Yes.
So after the day I got my bonus, I resigned. I gave it my 1 month.
1 month.
after I had gotten my bonus. Because I was very scared. I'm not sure
these other guys.
I'm not sure they would have done that. But I was very scared. If I resigned before the bonus is out, might they reverse it? So I waited for bonus. Bonus came, I resigned.
But ordinarily, even if you resign, do you still get the bonus or you don't?
No, I will not speak to that because or to be honest, I may not know.
Because for you took the safest route.
But even you as an employer, if someone tells you they are leaving,
you never call someone for money, bro.
Are you going to? And you had promised to give them 20 million.
Yes.
Do you think you're going to give them that bonus?
Of course not.
You might just play a bit of PR and give them something small. So I decided to keep quiet. And I had done my time, but then I gave my notice, of course. I always feel it's very important, and this advice also to young people and everybody. Whenever you go to an organization, don't just up and leave. You have to ensure that you honor your contract. Because usually, even under the law, you at least need to give your employer
some time.
At least 1 month notice.
Yes.
And, it's important. And employers should also understand that people also need to grow. So people don't just stay in the same job. Don't expect people who, if you are a boss, don't expect people who work under you are always going to be under you until Christ comes. It is important to allow them to grow, support them to grow. That's why I was very happy when I told someone like Elido Gutu or someone like Anyarati and Otonglo that I was going to move. And they encouraged me and they were happy for me. Oh, that is very good. I would be... is there anything you would like us to do?
How can we support
How can we support? In fact, a lot of times even Otonglo used to write for me recommendation letters. And that was the spirit. So I felt... And the reason why I'm able even to mention those people today is because they supported me and they did not block my path. And I would do the same. Today, if people who work with me, if someone gets a better job, a better place, you always need to...
And they're open about it.
Yeah, you're open about it. It's always good to allow people to grow.
Yes.
So that's how I joined Africa is Talking.
Wow, interesting. I have been waiting to get here because there's a lot of meat to be dissected that Africa is Talking. And one of those things at that point, Africa's Talking was growing rapidly, if I may say so.
Yeah.
At this point, they were in how many countries?
They were in, I think 5. There was in Kenya, Uganda, Tanzania, Nigeria,
Malawi.
Yes.
And because they say there's a lot of work to be done, of course.
A lot of work. The day I joined...
Why was that important to be legally abiding? Because, of course, I know that's, or you can confirm, it's one of the requirements that people who are giving you money to see that you are legally established.
Yes.
What you say checks up.
Yes.
Because you see, when you go to raise money, you just present some slides.
Yes.
And people are happy with what they see, and they see the projections, and they do their due diligence, but they want to confirm legally. But how did that process look like, and why is it important?
It's very, very important to ensure that you are compliant because you don't operate in utopia. You operate within legal structures. And if I may specifically talk about Africa is Talking, Africa is Talking is a content service provider.
Yes.
And we are regulated.
Highly regulated.
Yes. And so in Kenya, we are regulated by the Communications Authority. Right? And in other countries, of course, we have different regulators. So we work within the space of a regulatory framework. So we don't just rock up and say we are selling SMSs. We have specific regulatory requirements by the Communication Authority. All right? So that is number one.
Yes.
Number two, we were just receiving funding.
Yes.
And when you're receiving funding, there's something you mentioned called due diligence. Due diligence is rigorous. And that due diligence, in fact, started in 2017. When...
Before you joined it?
Before I joined. Because what happens, anybody who wants to give you money as an investor, you want to understand who are these people. Are they registered? Or is it a briefcase
company
that someone is just coming to say we need money? So it's very important, first of all, to show that you are a registered entity. You're not a one-man show. It's not a one-man shop. So you're registered. Who are the shareholders of this company? All right?
Yes.
have you guys been making any profit? What are your revenue flows like? What are your financials? Have you been audited before? Have you been paying your taxes? So those are very important aspects. So the reason why you need a legal team or a legal department is to give you assurance, number one. Yes, you are registered as a company.
Yes.
We are registered as Africa's Talking by the registrar of companies.
Yes.
It does not end there.
Yes.
You need to ensure, number one, you file annual returns of that company.
Yes.
And annual returns are paid, filed and lodged every year. Okay? And annual returns are basically the returns that talk about who are your directors, who are your shareholders, what is your share capital, do you have any debt obligations that you're servicing? All right? So that whenever someone goes, and you've heard the word CR12 being thrown around. So the CR12, when you go and ask for a CR12 for Africa is Talking, when you print it out, it's going to tell you who are the shareholders of that company, when was that company incorporated, what is the registered office, things like that. So it is going to be very important to ensure that apart from being registered, you're compliant. Number two, we have our big brother called the Kenya Revenue Authority. Have you been remitting taxes? Because as an entity, you are registered for income tax.
Yes.
You're registered for VAT.
Yes.
All right?
Yes.
Now we also registered for withholding VAT. Have you been remitting? That's number two.
Yes.
Number three, you have employees.
Yes.
And these employees, you have to remit their contributions to NSSF, to NHIF. All right? Are you compliant?
Or are you in debt?
Are you in debt?
With the government.
With the government. So it's going to be very, very important so that the person who's coming to give you money understands.
Their money is not being spent to clean your mess. Or even if it's used to clean your mess, they are sure it will come back.
They are sure.
Yeah.
They understand what does that mean for us.
Yes.
So apart from ensuring that we are registered, number two, I said we are regulated. So you need to understand the Communication Authority of Kenya has given you a license. But for you, like now we have, usually they give you a 15-year license.
Okay.
But it does not mean that now you go home and sleep. You have to get compliance certificate every year. And how do you get compliance certificate? You get a compliance certificate by ensuring that you are compliant with the quarterly returns that we need to file with the regulator. With the regulator. So the regulator comes and tells us, this is what we need. They have given us guidelines. This is what you need to fulfill. And can you tell us every quarter, have you fulfilled? Have you fulfilled that? Number three, we need to understand who runs the company. Does the company have a board? Has the board sat? Can we see the resolutions the board has passed? Do you have a budget? Has the board been approving the budget? Has the board been looking at the financials? How is the board constituted?
Is it balanced?
Is it balanced?
Or is it your relatives?
Yes. Is it all your relatives who you have brought? So,
is there a problem with that though? I just say that without thinking.
Well, yes and no. You need, if you are bringing relatives
who are qualified.
Number one, you need to declare what is called a conflict of interest.
So some decisions might be made.
In a governance standpoint, if you're my brother and I've brought you into my board, I need to make full disclosure to the board and the shareholders.
Okay.
And that brother does not just need to be brought on the front door. You have to
be in agreement.
It has to also be a competitive process. Okay.
I see.
So you got appointed on merit, not because
by blood,
not because so and so and so. You know.
Yes.
And that's why I digress a bit. There's something I have liked about, and allow me to just mention the name. The president, one of the president's daughter, works at Foreign Affairs.
Yes.
And I've followed up, I'm forgetting the name. I think it's
the one in Belgium.
Could be June. She works for the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. And I remember there's one time I think she joined the Defense College as a group from the different government agencies.
Yeah.
Went for, I think, a 1-year course. There's something I've admired. I don't know her personally. But I think there is a deliberate effort of actually becoming highly qualified.
Yes.
in that line of diplomacy, in that line of foreign affairs.
From her,
right? So the day that June Ruto becomes an ambassador, may not become an ambassador because the father is a president, but it's because
that's what she wants to pursue.
That's how qualified she is. I was reading about Ian Kagame the other day, and Ian Kagame is one of the bodyguards to the president, to his
senior bodyguard,
to his father. But Ian Kagame has attended
the best military
schools, best military academies. I was also, of course, controversially when you look across our neighbors in Uganda.
Yes, the MK there.
Yes.
Muhoozi.
Yes, Muhoozi is the head of the military. But he was not just put...
He's a decorated soldier.
He's a decorated soldier. You can see from when he joined the service, he has gone, of course, to the best. He's been to Sandhurst, to whatever. He's been to the best military academies. And even if you can say maybe someone is being groomed, there was a process to it. All right?
Yes.
So... I said I digress sometimes.
Yes.
So you find that even if you're bringing on someone who's related to you, it's important for them to be qualified.
Yes.
So the reason why it was very important to have legal is now it is not enough to have a board. It is not enough to have a company registered. There are things that, how is that company run? So there are things that are called internal frameworks, internal policy frameworks. So when you talk about the board of directors, who is on the board? How are they appointed? What decisions do they make? And how do they make? And do they have minutes that you can refer to? Can you show that, we were having this, this is what was deliberated by the board. This was the decision that was made by the board.
Yes.
Because a board does not just meet in Karumaindo Bar and they say we are going to do ABCD. A board meets in board meetings.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
And the secretary takes minutes. So that 10 years from today, when they ask, can you bring me the resolution that said ABCD? And I saw that with my boss at Stanbic. Lillian Bindio was spick and span in terms of record keeping. We had a safe where you could go and get minute books from 1960s. If you needed,
it is well guarded.
Yes. If you needed a decision that was made by the board, in 1974, you went and checked.
Which was handed over to, I assume.
Yes, of course. Now, of course, that's what happens. Because now, the role of the company is to keep company records. Right?
Yes.
So you are able, even today, if you come to me today and ask me, hey, can you show me the board minutes of the board that met in 2018? I'll bring them out and say, this is what was decided. So every decision that is made needs to be recorded.
Yes.
But my point was, when you are starting a legal department,
yes,
or when you're in a company, you need someone or a department to help you streamline processes. Because you remember there's what is called risk.
Yes.
There's going to be a lot of risk. You have legal risk, you have regulatory risk, operational risk, financial risk.
Yes.
So you have to ensure that you understand, how do we manage risk, all right, within the company.
Yes.
How do we ensure we have processes in this company? All right? And the processes begin at the top. So there's something that is called a board mandate or a board charter. This is the document that now outlines who is the board, what is the role of the board, how is the board constituted, how is the board, how does it make its decisions, what is the power of the board.
Yeah.
All right?
Yes.
So with the board charter, we have the board charter of the board mandates. Now we have delegated authority. Because now I told you the board is the one that runs the company.
Yes.
But it delegates its authority to management.
Yes.
All right?
Yes.
Because now we will have the entire board is not going to be signing checks.
Absolutely.
Or approving payments.
Yes.
So we have what is called delegated authority.
Yes.
From the board to members of management.
Who are running day to day.
Okay? So what is the process of doing that? There is also a very important resource in an organization called the human capital. The employees. Employees, the company cannot run without employees.
Yes.
Even if you go to the funding, you have to have a proper structure. So how do you hire your employees? what is the process? So you need to understand. When you're hiring employees, you need to give them employment contracts. All right?
Which is drafted by the legal.
Yes. And those employment contracts need to be very clear
On the mandate.
on the mandate of the employee.
Yes.
If you need to fire that employee, how do you fire them? And what reasons would you have?
That process of
Yes.
firing also is supposed
Yes.
to be legally
Very
abiding.
properly. If I brought you in as an engineer and you are creating intellectual property, I need to tell you that that is not your intellectual property. It is the company's intellectual property. It has to be on the dotted line. All right. You have to understand if we have a dispute, how are we going to go through it?
The resolution. Yeah.
That is why we also have the employment contract is read together with an employment handbook. And an employment handbook is the Bible for the employee to understand. There are different policies in this company. We have a sexual harassment policy. We have a sick leave policy. All those policies are outlined in what is called a student handbook. So
the company handbook.
yes, it's called the employee handbook.
Okay.
So the employment contract needs to make reference to the employee handbook
Yes.
because they're in tandem, they work together.
Yes.
So you go checking, all right?
Yes.
But then there are also processes now under human capital. What do you do? How do you conduct disciplinary hearings? Things like that.
Yes.
All right?
Yes.
So all those things needed to be properly outlined.
Yes.
The other thing that was very, very important is to ensure that because now we are bringing investors, can you review agreements and say there's a shareholders agreement that we are signing? Is it good to go? Or is it not good to go? The other thing is, ordinarily as a company, when you're doing business, you have contracts with the suppliers, with the partners,
Users.
with users. It is very important to ensure that it is legally sound. That we get in, maybe we have a contract, because I remember those days, I think those contracts had been just drafted in the office. And when we started reviewing them, it was just,
Engineers are not good with documentations.
it was not good. And then you also need a one point of call, because contracts were with everybody. Everybody had a contract. This contract was signed. It is not in a central place.
Okay.
But then when you have a team dedicated, it is very easy to know we have signed a contract with Safaricom. It is in this folder, or this is where we can retrieve it from. We have a contract with this supplier. So if Njoroge has one and Omonti has another and Kibet has another, then all of them are scattered. So those are among the main reasons why a legal department
was required. Yes. Now, Kevin, so at this point you're in 5 countries, and I know these countries actually have different constitution, different legal framework, and so on and so forth. And I know at this point one of the key metrics of raising funds is to scale. It always comes up, always. So of course there was a scaling factor of it, and here you're dealing with different legal, frameworks.
Yeah.
Was that a big challenge for you to really, now given you're used to Kenyan law, to be able now to figure out, okay, how do we do this now in Malawi, in South Africa, in all these countries that we are in?